Hello. Okay, so I'm going to try and talk a little bit about music in general and our relationship with music. Okay, so music has always been a thing that I've used to lift me. It's almost always been a thing as a child where I've sought meaning in the words that people say through music, and I've always held a great importance on the words. And I'd say, firstly, I always felt a great importance in the words, and it's almost like that was like the wise voice or the company that I chose to keep, so to speak. Um, but I think that within the words, with your conscious interaction, there's a lot of association. So the words actually do genuinely mean what they mean to you. So just like with anything, it's art is interpretation. Okay, cool. So, as I said, I often use music to lift me. Now, what I find actually is that, like, something like hip hop, I find is good for confidence. It's good for rhythm, getting your kind of like, I don't know, you're flowing type thing. And the thing with rhyme as well, rhyme works in the same way that kind of symmetry works, and the kind of way that like the harmonic structures work. There's like a steady rhythm that like the sounds bounce off of each other, and it's steady. And I would say that that steadiness can kind of calm your nervous system as well. I think that that beat, that kind of steadiness to the flow, you know, it's not all over the place. There's a certain there's a consistent pattern there, and I think a consistent pattern, just like symmetry and such like, is actually quite harmonizing for your nervous system at times. Obviously, we attach the emotions that we want to the words that are in the song. Personally, listening to hip hop and stuff, there's a lot of rebellion and a lot of kind of like to quote one artist, me against the worldism to hip hop at times, and I think I actually I take on that light from it, to be honest. You know, like, we all are somewhat suppressed in some ways, and we all have things working against us at times, and as long as we're on the good side, that association can be good. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bass stuff in hip hop. I mean, like, bass level stuff that like maybe can't be condoned, but it's really about your association and what it means to you. So often, like, you know, to fear that kind of stuff is to fear yourself, really, because it's about your association. So if you've got bad association with it, if you're thinking that, like, oh, you're just going to kill the everyday person type thing, then yeah, that's not very good, but that's coming from you as well. That's your association. So but if you take it in a symbolic method, that, like, you know, like, you're going to kind of succeed against adversity, then fantastic. You know, if you're working against evil, if you're working against what's bad and you're working for what's good, then fantastic. You know, you're on the right path. But it's personal. It's like, some people they have kind of awakenings, and then they take these things out of their life, but that was all down to their association and what it meant to them. I find that rock music and indie music for me, like, is more on the feeling side of things. Like, so hip hop I find is a good confidence builder, but I find that that like rock music and indie music will make me feel more. And like, our experience in this life is really amplified if we can feel emotions, if things mean stuff to us. Because if stuff doesn't mean anything to us, we're living a life without meaning. It's quite simple. You know, like, the wisest things are really simple. So I really appreciate music for that feeling that it brings. So, like, obviously, again, like, rock music has a little bit more of a different kind of pattern to the lyrics and stuff, and the way that it flows, but it still flows nonetheless, and it all means something. Well, you know, like, maybe some stuff doesn't mean stuff, but it depends what you pick and choose, doesn't it? So yeah, that's a bit of my opinion about music. Also, connecting with the human voice. I love connecting with the human voice, and I think there's something very pure about connecting with those emotions within the human voice. And I think that that's something not to be ignored or something to be embraced. I think it's a very beautiful thing. So that's a little bit about my music and the way about music in general and the way that it can help us and our association with it. And yeah, and I feel so happy to be using music as a healing method, using actual frequencies that are a healing method, because I love music, and really music has done so much for me in balancing me and keeping my confidence up, in just keeping me flowing at times and making me feel like myself, if that makes any sense. Okay, cool. Well, I hope that you have a beautiful day. I don't know if you can see me because it keeps on going dark and bright and stuff on the phone, I think, but I can't really see the phone. But yeah, have a lovely day and take care. Bye for now.